When I was really sick and was taken to the hospital, then doctors told my mom that, as you know, most people with sickle cell don't get to pass some age, like teenage, yeah. So 13 probably.
Normally, people who have sickle cell, their blood pressure is usually low, but mine was high. So the doctor told me that I might suffer a stroke. I was supposed to die when I was 19, but now I'm 22 and I'm still living.
Niliambiwa hawezi fikisha 13 years old. Akikuwa sana, anaweza tu kufikisha 13 years old.
Mudukiza has sickle cell anemia, now 22 years old. So does Lorna Odongo. She just celebrated her 30th birthday. They tell me they're now living beyond their medical expiry dates. These two may be smiling now, but growing up knowing they will not live past the age of 13 years was not easy. Neither was it easy for their families. Meet Lorna's mother, Benta Odongo, a widowed mother of 5 who lost one of her children to sickle cell anemia. Hon.Isaac was only 2 years when she lost her battle.
Daktari mwenyewe aliniambia yeye mwenyewe ati huyo mwingine kulingana na vile yako anaona ni kama hawezi kusurvive kwa sababu aliniambia kuna types tofauti ya sickle cell.
Benta remembers that fateful day like it was yesterday. Diagnosed with the condition at the age of 1.5 years, her daughter would only live for 6 more months.
Nilijaribu tu kwa uwezo wangu, lakini kwa bahati mbaya aliniacha akiwa 2 years old sasa.
Painful and traumatizing as it was to lose her daughter, the mother of 5 did not give up on raising her other daughter with the same condition that had mercilessly snatched 2-year-old Hon.Isaac from her. Now this is a family that has had to bury one of their own and struggled to raise the other, living with sickle cell anemia. This is just one among thousands of families across the country who struggle raising children with sickle cell anemia, who most of the time never get to live past the age of 10 years. And the question is, just how many more will die before the government looks into this? Having buried her husband and her daughter, the now mother of 4 was determined to not bury another family member. She focused all her energy to raising Lorna, a journey that was characterized by constant trips to hospitals, often leaving heavy medical bills.
Haikuwa kazi rahisi hata kwangu kumanage kulipa hiyo bill. Ikanibidi nikaenda nikakopa loan kwa bank. Ilikuwa gharama ya juu sana. Hiyo bill ilienda mpaka 430,000. Wakati alikuwa hapo kwa sababu alifika kama hajiwezi kabisa.
The main challenge of raising a child with sickle cell anemia is the highly priced medication.
Kumanage madawa za sickle cell ni very expensive. Ambapo kama huna vile unaweza pata pesa, pia inaweza changia hata kifo cha mtoto yote mwenye anaugua sickle cell. Sasa kama yeye anatumia painkiller ambayo inaitwa hydroxyurea. Hydroxyurea moja ni 35 shillings. Anatumia 2. Na hiyo ni 65 shillings. Ambapo lazima uwe nayo every day. 65 shillings kupata kila siku na ni ya dawa tu peke yake. Bado hamujakula, ni pesa mingi.
The other challenge, she tells me, is that awareness on the condition is minimal. Even for her, when she first walked into Kenyatta National Hospital in 1990, with her sick daughter, she did not know the existence of such a condition until the doctor diagnosed Lorna with it.
Wakati Lorna huyo mwingine wa 30 years old aligundulika ati akona sickle cell anemia, hapo ndio wakati tulijua hata jina la hiyo ugonjwa tu kuwahi kuisikia. Alishikwa na measles. Sasa wakati alishikwa na measles akipelekwa Kenyatta Hospital, ndio hiyo sasa ugonjwa ikawa diagnosed yako nayo.
Having seen her daughter clock 30 years despite being constantly told by doctors that she would not, Grace has a message to fellow mothers of sicklers.
Kama mzazi, kitu yenye ninaweza kuhimiza wazazi wenzangu wenye wako na ugonjwa kama hiyo tu, wasifikirie hata mtoto wao wakipatikana wako na hiyo ugonjwa wafikirie ati ni laana ingine ama nini. ni ugonjwa.
Lorna and Joe are lucky to be living beyond their teenage years, unlike thousands of less fortunate children with the condition who die before their 19th birthday. But the pain attacks, cold crisis, a lifetime of medication, and attending burials of fellow fallen warriors are things that they have to deal with.
Yes, it is challenging because of the crisis and the pains, and how at times it's scary when one is sick. The kind of pain that we endure, yes, at times when you're in crisis, you can really think that maybe you won't make it. And it's a kind of pain that, I don't know how to explain it. It's like a hammer, like someone hitting something with the hammer,
I have attended a number of burials of people who have sickle cell. I've watched somebody die on a bench because they have not been attended to.
Tired of attending those burials, Joe has been working on a petition seeking to declare sickle cell anemia a national health priority.
We want sickle cell to be declared a national health priority because people are dying. I have watched people die. The sickle cell is an emergency, an emergency disease that needs a special unit in a hospital.
Joe first learned of his condition when he was joining secondary school because his mother chose to keep the information from him, hoping she would make him feel a normal kid. He finally learned that he had sickle cell anemia, and according to his doctor, he would not make it past the age of 19 years. It was on celebrating his 19th birthday that he decided to petition the National Assembly to declare sickle cell anemia a health priority. The petition seeks to, among other things, ensure that every major hospital has a special unit set aside for sicklers, since most of them die when pain episodes hit them and they have to wait in line like other patients. Sentiments shared by Lorna and her mother.
Ningeomba kama kuna vile serikali inaweza kutusaidia kwa mambo ya madawa na tena kuweka hata hospitali iweke upande mwingine kama special unit ya kuattend watoto wenye wanaugua sickle cell, kwa sababu akifika huko akiwa na crisis na awekwe ati amepanga line, si rahisi vile, anaweza hata kupoteza maisha yake hapo.
Government, they get to really see into it that kids who cannot afford, or if they can just make it cheaper, because really sickle cell is really very expensive to manage, especially for kids who are growing.
Having presented the petition to the National Assembly Health Committee through nominated Member of Parliament Isaac Mwaura, they hope the narrative will soon change. Joe, however, fears the petition is taking too long, but nominated Member of Parliament assures that it will be looked into when the August House resumes after the long recess.
There's no problem. We will have a petition. Usually a petition is not a legislation. A petition is you enumerate the issues, then based on those issues then you can follow up with legislation. You can also follow up with what we call administrative measures. I hope that I will present this petition when we resume Parliament after our recess, the first week of October.
One question, however, lingers. How come the government has never looked into the issues ailing people with sickle cell anemia, despite it having claimed so many young lives?
Until you get somebody who can champion your cause, until you get people like Joe Mudukiza, who can rally around an issue and have the courage to come out, it becomes very difficult because it's about stigma. And government has so many priorities. We must encourage recognition under legislation. We must ensure that we have programs in government. We have to have allocations of resources, and we have to create awareness within the community and society at large about this issue. Personally, I'm very committed to seeing a positive outcome. It's very difficult to be marginalized, and for me, I draw my own story of marginalization as a person living with albinism.
Truth is, most of us remain unaware and ignorant of what sickle cell anemia is until it comes knocking on our doorstep. Sickle cell anemia is a hereditary form of anemia in which a mutated form of hemoglobin distorts the red blood cells into sickle shape at low oxygen level. Due to the sickle-shaped red blood cells, it becomes hard for them to flow normally in the veins, causing severe pain episodes known as crisis. The pain episodes are known to cause stroke, killing most sicklers. Lorna could not be happier to be 30 years now, and she believes the future can only be better.
Any kid who's watching or any young warrior out there to know that sickle cell, when the doctors tell them that they've not passed a certain age, they should not buy this story. That is not true. Yeah, people with sickle cell do live. Even last month we just celebrated a birthday of someone with sickle cell who is 90 years old, a Nigerian woman. So it's possible to really live.
Sickle cell anemia is not necessarily a death sentence, neither is it a curse. It is a highly manageable health condition if only a little more effort is put in helping those living with it. It calls for concerted efforts by both the government and society to help dispel the myth around the condition. Be the change.